Hey everyone, we're here today to talk about a specific marketing channel that has done very well for my business. We do a lot of different things, direct mail, text messaging. One thing that we started doing is cold calling. We started doing this probably 4 to 6 months back and we've closed 6 figures. Now, the expense on it, of course, we got to pay for it every month, right? We got to have those callers, we got to have our list ready to go, but ultimately, the return on it has been absolutely amazing. So today I invited Vanessa from the Lead Gen Pros here.
Hi guys.
So Vanessa is basically behind the scenes in this company. Now, I am part owner in this company along with Max Maxwell and Jalen White. And we are people that actually use what we offer. We all use this company for our cold call services. And recently we closed a $70,000 deal off of cold calling. So Vanessa is the voice behind the phone. She's the person that you talk to every time that you call in. And I brought her on today to talk a little bit about what the services are and everything like that. So how you doing?
I'm great. Thanks
Good.
for having me.
Of course. So tell everyone what the Lead Gen Pros is.
So it's a cold calling outsource service. What we do, you submit your list of skip trace data, and I submit it straight to the call center, and they're making about 3,000 dials a week based off of the data that you supply.
Great. And what's been your feedback so far from customers that currently use those services?
The statistics match with what the results that they're getting. So I have people getting 10 to 12 leads a week almost based off of that call volume.
And has anyone reached out to you and said, hey, I'm so excited, I've closed all these deals based on this?
Actually I have a couple people that have, reached out, and maybe I should reach out and see if there's anybody else that has. But I remember probably like the first month that we started up the service, I had a customer that closed a deal right away.
Great. So when we look at cold calling, right, you've got a lot of things. You've got do not call lists you have to worry about, all those type of things. Ultimately, when people submit lists to you, should they have already ran stuff through the do not call list, or is it optional for them?
It is optional, but I always recommend it.
Okay.
Definitely scrub your list before you send it in, just in case. But if not, when they do call, they will get that feedback back and get it sent back to you weekly. We do a weekly reporting, so.
And I'm going to guess that when I submit my list, we don't actually put them against the do not call list. Not sure if we recommend that or not at this point. But ultimately, that would be your call, whether you want to do that. I mean, technically, we're offering to purchase, right? We're not selling something as a do not call list says. But again, disclaimer, neither of us are attorneys. So we're not going to promise anything. We're not going to take the liability for it. But so when they're making these calls, what are they typically looking for? So the call center calls out to the customer or potential lead, I guess, at that point.
Right.
What are they looking for?
Well, the main thing is they're pulling any intent to sell. So that's their main thing. They're going to give them the property address and basically ask them, are you selling your home? Okay. So they'll get all that information from them, but then once they kind of figure out, they read like if it's a go or not, they're going to pull more information, amount owed on the property or repairs that need to be made, anything like that, so they can leave a detailed lead for the customer.
Okay. So I'm guessing some of those probably will be people that want retail as well that come through, right?
Right.
Okay. So good advice for anyone that's listening at this point is make sure you guys partner. Maybe you are a realtor, but make sure you partner with a realtor in your area if you're not, because some of these leads do come through as retail. And I would say that's an opportunity potentially to make a good partnership with a realtor, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a couple customers that do that as well.
Okay. So, and we do that as well. So, I mean, for us, we want to make sure that we're utilizing every lead that comes in. And, in some states, again, not attorneys here, but in some states it is illegal for realtors to pay out a commission to somebody like us. Potentially you can look at getting a marketing fee. Potentially you can look at trading services with that realtor and having the realtor run comps for you, and in turn you give them leads. So there's a lot of different things you can do, but ultimately you want to utilize every lead that comes into your system. So when we do text broadcasting or mailing, those are great lead sources for us. They do some really good things. But cold calling, because of the low cost of it, if you're already texting, you already have the data, right? You already have the phone numbers, you already have everything like that. If you're using RVM or, any type of voice broadcast, you already have the phone numbers. So you might as well have people calling as well. Hit your data every single way. I mean, wouldn't that be the way you want to do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it makes sense. I mean, get that cold calling put in there as well, just because you want to hit them every way possible. You want that seller to know who you are. And by hitting that seller from text messaging, hitting them through mail, they're going to know who you are. And I'll be honest, they may be pissed sometimes because you're going to hit them every way. But I don't know if I'd like getting text, voicemails, phone calls. I mean, would you like that?
Some people like it.
Yeah, right? She's got stalkers all the time. But basically, you want to make sure you're hitting the seller every way possible. And cold calling is a great avenue for that. And we'll do a video on text messaging as well and what we see as being good for that. But it's definitely something you can check out. What's the website for that?
It's theleadgenpros.com.
All right, so www.theleadgenpros.com. Otherwise, you can submit your information through Facebook as well, right?
Yes.
So you can go to the Facebook page. You can submit your information, ask some questions if you want. Vanessa loves to talk on the phone. I hear her all day doing it, so get in there, talk to her. She is the only one that we have, so ultimately, if you get the voicemail, make sure you leave that voicemail so she can call you back. She does have that phone ringing off the hook a lot just because there are a lot of people interested in these services. Now, one thing that Lead Gen Pros does differently, we don't just have random callers waiting in the wings ready to go. Our guarantee to our customers is we're going to give you the best caller we can, right?
Absolutely.
So it takes time for us to get those callers trained up to take your account on. So how many callers do we have ready to go right now?
Right now on reserve, I have about 5 trained callers. They just extended the training process.
Okay.
So, it's a little bit more extensive, but now we have, 5 callers ready to go right now.
Okay, and how many people do you think you've been talking to in the last 5 days that might want those callers?
Realistically, probably like 25.
Okay, so what we do, and when those callers are gone, don't worry, we will have a wait list for when the next batch of callers is ready. But there's a lot of people interested in these services because cold calling is kind of coming back around again. People are ready to get going on this, but I'll be honest, I hate making cold calls. If I can have a company do it for me and they can hit 3,000 calls a week, you said?
Absolutely, yeah.
So if they can hit around 3,000 calls a week, let that happen. Let somebody else do it for you. That is a service that will take care of it, literally drop leads right into your system for you, and you just pick them up and go with them. Let us handle the work on the back end so you can focus on what we like to call pen to paper, right? You go out with these contracts, you talk to the seller, and they're literally signing, pass it off, signing, pass it off. These leads are dropping into your system. So it's a good thing to use a company like this. Now, there are a lot of cold calling services out there. You can use any of them. As far as why ours is better than other ones, I mean, I know that I use the service. I know there's a lot of people that have companies that don't even use their own services. I believe in the services. So that's the thing you've got to look at. I know Max Maxwell uses it. He believes in the services as well. I'm always going to use the services of the companies that I own. If I'm not using it, I'm not going to provide it to anybody else. So definitely good services there. You've got Vanessa, friendly voice on the back end of this as well. And she's got 5 callers ready to go. Who knows when you're watching this video, it might be a month from now. But definitely reach out to her and see what she's got going on. We had some promo pricing that we were offering for getting started. That promo pricing is going to expire in about 2 weeks. Again, you might be watching this and this is an old video now, but give her a call. See what she has to offer. If it works, great. We're not a high-pressure sales company. We want you to want to work with us. We're not going to sit there and try to high-pressure you, right?
Right.
So definitely go check it out. What's the website again?
It's www.theleadgenpros.com.
Great. So thanks for watching today. Vanessa, thanks for being here.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Hopefully you start getting more and more calls in and get yourself overwhelmed.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
All right.